Teach kids good eating habits early, and they're likely to continue it the rest of their lives. And Tupelo Public School District is doing just that with Growing Healthy Ways. With me today is Donna Loden. And Donna, tell us a little bit about Growing Healthy Waves, how that started, and what the goal of the program is.
Absolutely. So we're beginning our 5th year with Growing Healthy Waves, and it actually started because I read about an amazing group called Food Corps. And I saw what they were doing all across the country, and I saw that Oxford had a partnership with Food Corps, and they were doing some really amazing things with kids, introducing them to how to grow plants, introducing them to new fruits and vegetables perhaps that they'd never had before. And I said, well, if Oxford can do that, Tupelo can do that too. So I actually just cold called the person in Oxford, went over and met with them, and then I started lobbying for a Food Corps representative, and I did it for a year. I sent emails, sent pictures. I would call them and tell them, you need to come to Tupelo. It's a great place to be. And finally they said, you've worn us down. We're going to come and visit. And they did come for a visit, loved us, fell in love with us immediately. I think it was all the guitars downtown and the Elvis kind of. Absolutely, good vibes coming from that. So from there, we had our first Food Corps service member from Washington State. And from there, we've had Kentucky. We've had Georgia, Louisiana, and this year we have California.
Oh, wow.
So we've had an amazing group of young women who have come in, each possessing a different skill set. Some are really great teachers, some are really great in the garden, some are really great motivators to try to get kids to make those connections. But it's been successful so far. We've grown and we've scaled the initiative each year.
As you can tell, we're in a greenhouse.
We are.
Which we built specifically to help the kids learn how to grow. And it's also warm in here, so you can tell we're sweating a little bit. But it's not just about eating healthy. It is showing the kids the science of growing. They're learning to start seeds and planting gardens and getting the science of agriculture.
Absolutely. We tell them they're agri-scientists.
Nice.
We teach through our STEM class. So the things that we really emphasize are the children looking at making those predictions, then measuring, looking all the different scientific tools that go into discovery. We try to do that. But we have children here in Mississippi, one of the most fertile states in the nation, that have no idea that plants that you see, much less food that you see in grocery stores, actually begins as a seed.
Right.
So that's a huge awakening to children. So we're going through that process. It's also part of the power standards that on the 3rd through 5th grade level. That's why the greenhouse was placed specifically here at Lawndale. It's not Lawndale's greenhouse. In fact, it's got a name called the Sprout House. The kids here at Lawndale named it the Sprout House. But the entire district can certainly come over and use that. So we find that this is a great outdoor learning lab, that it's a wonderful tool for teachers, that when students are in the classrooms, that kids that might not click, things not click there when they're touching, when they're smelling, when they're tasting. That's when those connections are being made in the brain, and we find that real learning occurs.
And they're being introduced to new tastes.
Absolutely.
Probably some foods some kids have never eaten before.
One of the funniest things we have is when you take something like Brussels sprouts and you show them on a stem, Brussels sprouts on a stem. So most adults have not seen Brussels sprouts on a stem.
Right.
We had kids that on kale, they were going like, kale? No, we're not going to eat that. But by the time they massaged it, they developed a different kind of dressing to go on it, then they couldn't wait to taste it. So the cooking is a component of that also, and we're going to be doing that in a couple of weeks with the kids.
Isn't it funny when the kids take ownership of something, the different appreciation and how much more willing they are to try something?
I constantly have parents who say, how can you get my kid to eat broccoli? And I always just go, the secret is the kid grew the broccoli. They planted the seed, they weeded it, they watered it, they watched it tenderly push up through the earth. They waited eagerly to be able to harvest it, and then they couldn't wait to taste it. So it makes all the difference in the world when the child is the one in control of what the foods are that he or she might want to taste.
Not only growing it, we're putting it in the cafeterias. We've now got a couple of salad bars at a couple of our schools with the produce that's being grown here. Talk just a little bit about that.
We were so fortunate to team up with the Chef Ann Foundation, which is funded by the Whole Kids Foundation. And they really gave us a great break. A salad bar basically cost about $3,000. And so KOK, Mitch McCamey and his crew did a wonderful fundraiser with us. We raised about $600 or $700. We had some PTO money that we put in there. We ended up with about $1,600. And I kept emailing them and showing them, sending them pictures and saying, we're working hard for those salad bars in Tupelo. So one night I got an email from the Whole Kids Foundation that said, not only do we want to give you one salad bar for that $1,600, but we have funders who are going to give you a second salad bar. So we got $6,000 worth of salad bars for $1,600, and we were thrilled about that. We're grateful to our funders. And speaking of funders, I definitely have to give a shout out to Toyota. Toyota gave us our very first seed money with a $10,000 grant to actually get started. The greenhouse came from Born or Be Wild, a celebration of Hank Boyner's life. We were able to take funds from the Born or Be Wild event and to add Toyota funds to that. And that's how we have this beautiful greenhouse today.
And you also have some community farms that assist with the program as well.
We cannot show more love to Native Son Farm. Will Reed and his amazing group of farmers who come in and out over there have shown us so much love by giving us, definitely just giving us produce or giving us a great price on produce. Or we had a senior project group that came in and worked on the greenhouse, made the desk that you see up there, helped with the whiteboard, did taste tests with the kids. Will took them out to the farm. They planted there. The kids got to go out and see their seeds actually germinating and then bring that back and work with the kids. So Native Son Farm is a constant source. And that's part of our goal also, is the economy of the community. We believe in the give back. Native Son Farm gives to us and we also give to them. So we're sourcing really well now from Native Son Farm. Already this year we've sourced Smile Juliet tomatoes. We've got peppers that are going to be on the salad bars today that are coming from Native Son Farm. We've got chard that we're going to be sourcing the first week in October. Also, Top of Shelf Farms out in Vardaman has been wonderful to us. They've given us just boxes and boxes of sweet potatoes. So farmers are very giving people. We love helping them back.
Again, teach kids early, and it'll stay with them for a lifetime.
Absolutely.
Donna, thank you so much for joining us, and what a great program, and it's only going to grow, and we're excited to see it grow. For Your Story, Our Purpose, One Heartbeat, I'm Greg Ellis.